Hey everyone, this is Tafo again, here for another Siege video. Today we are facing off against Fury and ImperialKing'z. So let's just take a look at some of their defenses. We see that we see some Water Twins Ren action going on. Carcano, Wind Zen, just Carcano random stuff actually. Looks like we have some LDs. Then we have some Chandra Zen. And oh, interesting. Looks like some older stuff, some Clara Vigor, and then some Odin defenses. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get into the first match then. So for our first match, we're going to be hitting a Water Twin Ren Bella combo. For this, I think we're just going to go ahead and Lushen it, and I think it should be pretty safe. For this particular comp, I think we want to have everyone on will. We're pretty much going to let them go first, and since Zen can't strip, we're going to just rely on our will to buff them up. It looks like this is some sort of Lushen-ish trap, so let's hope that we can kill. Looks like, yeah, at least we get Bella. I think this is, if you just have will on everyone, it's pretty safe to just Lushen, because I don't think the Ren Water Twins would win the 2v3 against Mihyang, Dova, Lushen. So it looks like we get our first win. So let's go ahead and head on to the next match. Alright, for our second match, we're going to hit the Clara Vigor Vitra. We're going to use our Julie team. Again, we have no info on this, so we're kind of just risking it. And I think that's okay for the most part. The fast win is kind of nice. So it looks like our Julie team is tuned correctly. Bernard's going to go first to boost the Galleon, who has max accuracy and some crit rate, and then hopefully Julie cleans up. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Alright, so it looks like it is an anti-Lushen, since it has shield. So we do take first turn. We hope that our Galleon doesn't derp. He looks like he does well. And Julie cleans up. So nice. Alright, so for our third match, we're going to hit the same thing because we already have them runed up, and just to make it a little faster for me, we're going to just use the same offense since everything's already ruined. So we're going to use our Bernard team again, our Julie team, into the Clara Vitra. So let's see if they are willed. So they are on will, so this will be a little bit more sketchy. So we do get the boost. Hopefully we at least get the defense break on 1. So we get the defense break on 1. We're going to try to soften up. I think I just wanted to read what Vitra does. I really didn't want Vitra to get threat state, and I know he can because threat state reduces the damage. So I wanted to read it. So I think we're just going to soften up the Vigor so that he doesn't get threat state and reduce the Julie damage. So it looks like we don't kill, but our Bernard did lap, which is really good. So we get the Vigor kill, and with Vigor dead, he can't heal, and it should be game. But let's just see what happens. Yeah, with the Bernard going again, this should be GG. Alright, for the next match, we are going to use, it's Platy, Lume, Fuuki. So again, we're just going to use Talc. Talc is just a beast. We like Talc. So this time we're going to use Khmun and Racuni, just so that Fuuki doesn't target them. And with Fuuki targeting the Talc, and not the Khmun and Racuni, it should be pretty safe. So let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so it looks like they took first turn, which is fine. We get the shield on Khmun, which is also good. I don't think I saw any destroy, which is also nice. That way our Khmun doesn't get destroyed down, and he still does his full amount of damage. So we're going to just Talc S2 for the defense buff. And now I'm just going to focus the Fuuki. You could probably argue that focusing the Platy is better, but I thought focusing the Fuuki at least destroys the Fuuki's hit points, so he does less damage. And if the Fuuki's not in the fight, no one else is really that scary. Lume can be a little scary, but yeah, it should be pretty safe if Fuuki is out of the fight, even if he can be revived. So it looks like Platy does do the revive, so gets the proc. We're just gonna S1 with both Racuni and Khmun. We're gonna try to provoke. I think that let's see, just S1, yeah, S1 to kill the Fuuki. After this, after the Fuuki's dead, I think Platy is just always the next target. Lume can go a little crazy sometimes, but with the shields, the defense buff, the Racuni, I think that we're just pretty safe. So we're just gonna focus the Platy. But yeah, I think after this, I'm just gonna call this a win. Alright, so for our next fight, we're gonna hit another Clara, Vigor, Vitra. At this point I was out of Julie's, so I just went for the Bruiser team. I think that there are faster Bruiser teams than what I chose, but Crawler is kind of fun, so I chose Crawler just because. Yeah, part of the idea I think is that Vitra and Clara just do a lot of multi-hits, and then Kunite tanks the Vigor pretty well. So with all the multi-hits going out, Crawler should stack his passive pretty high. So let's take a look. Alright, so it looks like they took first turn. They got the defense break on the Kunite, so we want to cleanse that so the Crawler can also take some hits. So I think that here we want to just S1 to build the Kunite stack so he does more damage. So in this case, I think it's kind of good that Crawler got defense broken because things will target him and he'll just get more stacks, which is kind of our whole goal with Crawler. So again here, I think I just S1 again to build the stacks. Kunite can stack up to 5 times, so we want that. Here we want to just provoke, again, just to have things hit Crawler more and more. Always scary to hit the Vitra with your Tetra, just because it almost always gets defense broken. So the branding on Crawler again, just is nice, again, for the focus. Looks like Crawler has like 30 stacks, so at this point I think we want to cleanse the defense breaks so that we can use those stacks to try to kill something. It does look like maybe we were a little preemptive in cleansing the Crawler defense break because now Kunite has defense break, which is worse. But so the only thing we can do is try to hit something. So I think Crawler, we're going to try to use Crawler to, let's see, knock out the Vigor. We get him half health, but it's a little I don't know, it's not the best because yeah, Vigor can heal up like that. So we really kind of want to one-shot. Clara might have been a better target, but it's just unclear. So I think we will win this match. It's just going to be a lot of repeating exactly what's going on. We're going to try to destroy them with Kunite and Crawler until they're one-shottable, and then we'll one-shot them. But I'm going to just let this fight play out. Alright, for our next fight, we are going to hit the Chandra, Wind Zen, and Dark Ongjuoki. So this one, I think it's pretty safe to just Sonia. We're going to believe that we're faster than them. We have the faster lead and faster base speed monster. So yeah, this should be a pretty straightforward Sonia game. Just make sure that I know what his passive does. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what happens. Alright, so it looks like we do take first turn. It looks like they are anti-Lushen, which makes a lot of sense. So we hope that our Sonia kills 76k. Nothing's really surviving 76k. So yeah, we try to snipe at the Chandra so the hug doesn't really slow us down. Everyone gets slowed, but we can just heal up instead. So with everyone pretty healthy, we're gonna just focus the Chandra. And it should be a clean win momentarily. Alright, on to our next hit. We're hitting the Taranys Water Eivor, but with Kumar variant. And so when we hit the Kumar one, we I think just believe Kumar doesn't really do a lot here. So because Kumar doesn't really do a lot, we're just going to go ahead and use our Dominic Riley, because Kumar just isn't really a threat to Dominic. Just can't really kill him. So yeah, so let's go ahead and see what happens. So we're just going to focus the Taranys again. You just want to make sure to bring Destroy runes so you can just slowly whittle down the Taranys. But after he's whittled down enough, it should be a pretty clean win. Again, mostly because Rina is just so strong here. You know, Taranys most likely is on crit rate build, if not crit damage, and then Water Eivor will crit every once in a while as well. The only kind of scary thing is if they're both not on crit rate and Water Eivor strips defense breaks and does a lot of damage and destroys. But that's pretty rare. So we want to, yeah, it should be pretty rare. So we just wanted to cleanse off that Oblivion and again just try to focus Taranys. At some point we're going to double proc and we're going to kill the Taranys. It'll happen, bound to happen. Looks like he S3s himself, so it's just going to prolong the fight a little bit more. Yeah, we get the first life down. We do proc, get hopefully the second life down, and now he's on his third life. So hopefully by the next turn we'll get him down if Kumar doesn't heal him. Looks like he does not, so this Wind Druid should be going down any second. And so with the Wind Druid down, it should be a pretty clean win. So I'm going to call it GG here, and I think we focus the Kumar just to try to destroy him faster. But yeah, GG. Alright, for our next hit, we're hitting another Taranys variant. So this one, again, I really do like this whole light Shren team. It's really cool. So we're going to use our Mephisto, Konamiya, and Shren, and we're just going to try to nuke out the Gapsoo, and once the Gapsoo's gone, it should be a pretty clean win. The scary thing is if Gapsoo traps us. I think I watched a replay where my guildie did slightly more damage than me, but didn't kill a Gapsoo, which is, yeah, probably a losing scenario. So it looks like we are faster. They're pretty fast, which is good. If they're fast, that means they're not tanky. So we do 64k, which is pretty good. And with the Gapsoo down, this should be a clean win as well, but let's just see what happens. Yeah, the only slightly scary part I think is if the Taranys just continuously stuns our Konamiya, but the Shren is kind of nice because it evens out the hit points and heals up a little bit, which just gives us a little bit more sustain to feel good. But I think just to fight around the whole stunning Konamiya, let's just focus Taranys. And yeah, with Taranys down, this should be GG. Alright, for our next hit, we're gonna hit this interesting looking defense. More Ren and Light Kraka to Asima. So this one, I think we're just gonna try to use the Juno Camilla Tetra, which is just pretty good against debuff. So I think we want everything minus Light, because that Light Asima might just wreck us. So we just want to live. That's that's our main goal. So it looks like the more strips, the Ren tries to silence, and the Asima just gets a lot of defense breaks. Luckily, I think our Juno, or our Camilla does cut. Okay, cool. Our Camilla cuts, heals up. The Juno lives, which is good. And with the Juno living, we pretty much survive the worst. So we just want to focus down the Asima. That's the only thing that can really kill us. More will never kill the Juno because more debuffs the Juno, and Juno just heals up. Ren also won't kill the Juno. So if Juno can just kill out Asima, then this should be good. Yeah, so let's see. Looks like we get the freeze on the Ren. I think we use S2 here just to try to get some stuns out. Looks like the Asima just goes crazy again. Looks like we get the proc. That way we can freeze the Asima. With Asima frozen, our Juno is going to go in a second and heal up everyone. Looks like our Juno goes. We're back to kill the Asima. Ooh, but they proc. Get the threat state. They have no healing though, right? So yeah, they have no healing. We're eventually just going to win. Yeah, looks like we have the Asima here. And with the Asima gone, I'm going to call this a GG.
Each passing flicker of our souls ablaze, revealing secrets to the blinding eye. Light reflecting what we are inside. Let the truth be your guide. Stay with me tonight. Far from the fading light, we can leave it all behind.
Alright, for our, I believe one of our last hits, we're going to hit another Theo Taranys variant. This one's a little spooky. I don't think I've seen this one before, but we're going to go ahead and use our tried and true Hyenas, Dark Homunculus, and Virad. We just want everything as fast as possible with as much accuracy as possible. And I think and so we try to get the strip. We miss the Taranys, so we're going to try with the Dark Homunculus. We get that and Vileplume. So with the two of them, it will feel pretty safe afterwards. Except we do miss the Kumar, which is a little spooky. So I think we just try to land the defense break just in case for some reason he was on high defense. So it looks like we have defense breaks on everyone. Everyone's controlled. Everyone is reset. So I think at this point, I don't even know if it matters who we focus. I think we just try to push back the Kumar a little bit, just in case he triple vial procs, which he should not. just doing a little damage everywhere. We want to make sure to get the last set of resets out there, and with the resets up, we should be able to freeze and then do a lot of dark, here's this high knees damage. And with that, everyone should die. So nice, GG. And that is our 10 wins for sure. So that was our 10 wins. I just wanted to say thank you all for watching again. Let me know again if you all like commentary or just kind of like the music and the teams and the runes. Would love that feedback. But yeah, if you guys made it this far, thank you again, and feel free to leave a like and subscribe. But yeah, have a good weekend all.